what it is. Thank you for joining me. As always, I'm your foul player, and you've stepped into the foul playland, and I'd like to welcome you back. This is a non-boxing video. It's actually about my team, the New York Giants, or one of my football teams. And something that I've been saying throughout the year, when the season end or post the season ending till now, is that the Giants, surprise, surprise, are gonna suck big time this year. New York sports radio and sometimes some of the national shows like ESPN, they're saying that the Giants have an outside chance at making the playoffs. A lot of times they point towards their schedule, or I've heard like even their receiving core, not losing a step, losing Odell Beckham Jr. I'm not one of them Odell Beckham Jr. fanboys, and this is not the reason why I think they're gonna suck. But rest assured, the Giants are gonna suck. In camp, you usually have some of the talking heads that are around the Giants media, or people that have a relationship with the Giants, like that are in the media, like Ralph Vacchiano, for instance, and they'll never give a bad report coming out of camp. They might say that a player like dropped a few balls, or that this player had an interception. They won't mention a lot of times that he had an interception off of who, for instance, or like this guy had a pick six, but they won't mention whether it was Daniel Jones or whether it was Eli Manning. But rest assured, a lot of times when they mention Daniel Jones doing good, which is the quarterback that the Giants regrettably took at the number 6 pick this year, in a year where they were supposed to be going for it yet again, like last year when we were supposed to be going for it, and that was the reason behind picking Saquon Barkley rather than a quarterback. When motherfuckers keep texting me, man, damn. But I forgot my train of thought. But in a year where we're supposed to be going for it, we're quasi developing a quarterback in Daniel Jones. We're going for it with a quarterback that has been stinking it up the last couple of years, in Eli Manning, a quarterback that has a hard time throwing balls past 28 yards. I think it's a disaster waiting to happen, and it sucks because this quarterback class that's coming up in the draft, motherfucker, next year, I think it's going to be a lot better than the quarterback class that just passed, where we overreached for a Daniel Jones with the 6th pick. I hope Daniel Jones does well. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. I mean, what you're hearing from camp, from these New York Giant media talking heads, is that Daniel Jones had a really good game, or Daniel Jones had a really good showing on 7-on-7 drills. I don't believe none of that shit. I mean, they're usually saying that he like comparing him to Eli Manning, like that he looked a little bit better than Eli Manning. If you have any sort of potential as a quarterback and you're on 7-on-7 drills without getting hit, you should be looking markedly better than Eli Manning. In fact, they should be already crowning you to be or pushing for you to start in the beginning of the year, because Eli Manning, I think I could play better than fucking Eli Manning at this point. But we'll see. I mean, like, do I want them to do well? Yeah. But do I think Gettleman's a fucking archaic thinking GM? Absolutely. I mean, we picked Dexter Lawrence. I wasn't too excited about picking him. We have 0 in terms of edge rushers. 0. Our backfield is looking a little bit sus. I mean, Baker may turn out to be good for us. I mean, I like that pick, but who knows? I mean, like, I think, we didn't address a lot of the fucking flies all over. We didn't address a lot of the needs that we had, or immediate needs, particularly pass rusher. And we're gonna go into the year with this squad. So good luck with all that. My prediction, and the reason why I'm making this video, is to tell you that the Giants are not going to get 6 wins this year. I'll go out and say we're not gonna get 5 wins this year. I mean, like, we have 0 in terms of fucking pass catchers. Evan Ingram, I mean, fucking, he disappears most years. Sterling Shepard, I mean, for a young cat, he gets injured fucking a whole heck of a lot. Golden Tate, he's not gonna start for the first 4 games this year, more likely than not, because he got a PD suspension. But Golden Tate is a somewhat solid number 2 to number 3 option on a good team. Not even a solid number 2 option. I think Golden Tate is a good number 3 option on a good team. Somewhat. You know, we're talking about an older Golden Tate at this point. And Golden Tate might be our best receiver going into this year. So, I mean, good luck with all that. I mean, yeah, our offensive line got a little bit better, but we didn't get markedly better. Will Hernandez with another year under his belt, yeah, he might play better this year than last year, but that's not a whole offensive line. I think Solder is going to play shitty this year, like Solder played shitty last year. I think Saquon Barkley, I mean, we're going to have him for 4 years competing at this level, like which he showed you last year. By that time, maybe, your fingers crossed, you have somewhat developed, ready to compete Daniel Jones, or ready to contend Daniel Jones at quarterback, where at that point, you know, Saquon Barkley might be dealing with injuries, you know, or lesser of a player than he was this past year. So I don't know. The Giants built this thing all wrong. I mean, like, with a lot of Giant fans, it's hard to talk to them. Like, I mean, like, they'll give you like this fucking really dumb logic, like, about, like, you know, well, Eli's gonna show them this year. Like, Eli ain't show nobody shit. Like, I mean, like, in the last decade, more like, you know, so I mean, we really can't rest our laurels with Eli Manning. He's not a carry the team type quarterback. I mean, yeah, he's had some really outstanding playoff results, but it's not every year. I mean, like, you know, he's also had playoff games where he's come up short. You know, he went on 2 good runs, and I mean, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean, he probably had the best runs of any quarterback in the playoffs in the times that he's gotten there. I mean, like, as far as memorable, for sure. Hall of Famer. But, I mean, do I set him out as my main horse, like, at quarterback, if I were building a team? Absolutely not. And Gettleman built this thing 100% wrong. So, with that, fucking I'm out. I mean, I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I'm drunk, but I'm going to try to make more Giants videos. I mean, like, I like to talk more about these things because it's post-draft. I love anything to do with almost all the teams' drafts. And I think the Giants really fucked up this draft. And I was fucking pissed after this draft happened with the Giants. Like, I can't. I mean, and I like the Jets too. I'm not to say that the Jets did admirable work with their draft. The Jets had a shitty ass draft. I mean, like, or not super shitty, because I like Quentin Williams, but the Jets didn't distinguish themselves with their draft neither. I mean, we didn't have a 2nd round pick to play with, but that goes without saying. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make more videos about this team, especially leading up into the year, because I don't want motherfuckers to front and when we start losing in the beginning of the year to say, oh well, like, you know, and then I don't want to make videos coinciding with that. I want to have a little repertoire, standing firm on the Giants thinking it up this year, and I think I'm gonna try to build a decent base with that prior to the year starting. Go Mets, fucking go Giants, go Jets, go Knicks. All my teams by and large suck, but it is what it is. Go Rangers, fucking But with that, thank you for joining the Foul Player. I'm out.